In parts of the United States, it would be difficult to drive 30 or 40 minutes without passing or going by several Southern Baptist churches. That's not true in Western Canada. There are many, many towns that have no evangelical church. Many of them have no church at all.
That's a sad and alarming fact. In the whole of Canada, there are fewer than 250 Southern Baptist churches.
But the truth is, this is my passion.
Dwight Huffman has set out to change that, calling on Southern Baptists to come and help, to receive training in a method Dwight calls scouting.
And when you move straight in, we invite partners of churches all over North America to come in to scouting workshops. We want to equip a generation to be able to go into a community and discover strategic needs, discover the best way to be able to strike up a conversation with someone that they do not know, to identify that person in that town who will open up their home for Bible study. We refer to that as scouting. This community behind me represents many of the communities in central Alberta. It grows rapidly. There's probably not an evangelical witness, and we desperately need to discover the most productive ways to build trust and share the gospel with every person in this community in a trust relationship.
On this day, Dwight took part of his class on a field trip to do just that, to have his students put into practice what they learned in the classroom, to do some old-fashioned detective work.
Mark, if you'll interview a few of the folks downtown, I will assign them specific tasks. I would assign someone to prayer walk. I might ask one couple to discover the numbers of churches in the town, if any, the numbers of high schools, certain kinds of data, and I will say to them, don't go look that up. You want to get that from a real person in a real interview. You never know where you might discover the person of peace. My experience is that the only real way to discover whether God is at work and prepared for us to plant a church in a community is to go there.
And Dwight Huffman has plenty of experience when it comes to planting a church. Experience he gained not in the office, but by doing what he teaches others.
Do I need to pick you up at the airport?
No.
Okay, I'll see you Friday. Bye.
A major part of my responsibility will be to explore large areas where Southern Baptists have not been before. The area that God has called me to is about the size of the continental United States.
That means when Dwight goes on one of his scouting trips, he will be gone for weeks at a time. He drives 70 to 80,000 miles a year.
We have a tendency to go to the large metropolitan areas, but not many people are going to take the time to share the gospel in small, out-of-the-way places. And that's my passion. Are there any churches in Exshaw?
There is a Catholic church here, but I don't think it's a fully functioning church anymore.
Like he comes once.
You just might be witnessing the very beginning of a Christian witness in the tiny mountain town of Exshaw.
Any other churches?
Nope.
Dwight spotted people working around the house. He didn't hesitate to strike up a conversation, making that all-important contact, finding that person of peace who will be his connection to the community.
Yeah, just put up.
It became obvious that God was at work there, and this is a very good example of the initial stage of a church being planted at this particular community. The job's not done until every person in every home hears the gospel and has an opportunity to receive Christ from somebody they trust. That's our job. Thank you so very much.
Oh, no problem.
The strategic value of Southern Baptist giving through the Annie Armstrong offering can only be measured as I watch the lives of people change as they hear the gospel for the first time. And that would not be possible apart from the resources given through Southern Baptist all over North America.